Ever feel like your spark is dimming? Like the joy you once had is slowly fading away? It's a heavy feeling, isn't it? If that sounds familiar, I want you to ask yourself one simple question. Who are you trying to impress? Think about it. So much of our energy goes into looking good for others. We meticulously craft our social media profiles, choose our words carefully in conversations, and maybe even pick a career path based on what we think will earn us respect or admiration. We're constantly auditioning for a role in someone else's play, hoping they'll applaud. But here's the catch. Joy evaporates the moment you trade your authenticity for acceptance. It's a silent transaction, one we often don't even realize we're making. You give away a little piece of your true self in exchange for a nod of approval, a like, a follow, or a compliment. At first, it feels good, like a little validation boost. But over time, those little pieces add up, and you're left with a version of yourself that's polished, approved, but ultimately hollow. This is the trap of comparison and conformity. It's more than just a distraction. It's a fundamental rerouting of your life's journey. Imagine you have a map to a place that is uniquely yours, a destination filled with things that genuinely light you up. But along the way, you keep looking at other people's maps. You see them heading towards shiny, popular cities, and you start to doubt your own path. So you fold up your map and start following them. The problem is, you're not built for their destination. Their triumphs won't feel like your own, and their path will only leave you feeling tired and lost. This constant comparison is like running a race. You can't win because you're not even on the right track. You're measuring your unique, beautifully complex inner world against someone else's curated highlight reel. It's an exhausting, soul-crushing exercise that disconnects you from what makes you, you. You start to believe that your worth is determined by how well you stack up against others, instead of being inherent in your very existence. Conformity is the other side of this coin. It's the pressure to fit in, to smooth out your edges so you don't stand out too much. We do it to feel safe, to be part of the tribe. But true belonging doesn't require you to become a clone. True belonging is when you are loved and accepted for exactly who you are, quirks and all. When you conform, you're essentially telling yourself that the real you isn't good enough to be seen. How can joy possibly thrive in that environment? So, how do we get back? How do we find our way back to our own map? It starts with a conscious decision to return to yourself. It's a journey inward. Begin by noticing. Notice when you're doing something just for show. Notice the knot in your stomach when you say yes to something your soul is screaming no to. These are your breadcrumbs, leading you back home. Give yourself permission to be messy, to be imperfect, to have different opinions. Unfollow the accounts that make you feel less than. Spend time with people who let you exhale, who don't require a performance. Reconnect with hobbies you loved before you worried about being good at them. Sing off-key. Dance awkwardly in your living room. Write terrible poetry. Do things purely for the joy of doing them, not for the outcome or the applause. This isn't about becoming selfish or completely ignoring the world around you. It's about re-anchoring yourself in your own truth. It is about realizing that your intended being, the person you were meant to be, is far more magnificent than any character you could ever play to please an audience. Your joy is waiting for you, right where you left it, inside your authentic self. The path back might feel a little lonely at first, but it's the only path that leads to a life that truly feels like your own. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more conversations like this. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you in the next one.